Welcome in everybody to TV Sports 27. Thank you for joining us here for the exciting back half of the month of June as we are leading into Money in the Bank. We're almost kind of in sync with what's happening in real life. We got Money in the Bank coming up. We got NXT Battleground, and we are going to have 3 action-packed shows coming your way. 2 of them right here streaming live with you on YouTube. We're going to do NXT, and we're going to do our first hour of Smackdown. That's because hour number 2 of Friday night is going to be ECW One Night Stand. It's a monthly special event that takes place exclusively on patreon.com/tvsports27. We know Roman Reigns is going to be defending the ECW Championship against an ECW legend. That's all we know on the card, because ECW One Night Stand is an open fight night concept. We don't know who's going to show up. Anybody can show up. Anybody can call out anybody. The only thing we know for sure, Paul Heyman runs the show, and every single match that takes place at ECW One Night Stand takes place under Extreme Rules. So that is coming up. This is going to be the last couple of episodes we do before we get into kind of our, what I'm changing to our new streaming routine that you guys have seen on YouTube. We've been busting out some of the episodes we've recorded as of late. Still go check those out. Oh, look at this, I can't even get in my whole spiel, because Ethan Page, All Ego, is going to start with an attack here on LA Knight. And we're getting jump-started with NXT early on. I want you to continue to let me know in the comments. I've dropped the announcers. You can listen to me. Do you prefer hearing the announcers in the background and hearing me kind of lay out and let them talk? Do you prefer just hearing me? I'm open to that. Let me know in the chat below. I'll shout you out as well. And one more quick shout-out to patreon.com/tvsports27. We are going to start doing exclusive bonus matches. WWE Dark is back, as well as WWE Heat, which is the pre-show kickoff for all the PLEs as well as NXT. So every episode after this month, we're going to get through this month, and then starting with the next month of the Universe calendar, the return of WWE Dark. The catalog for the first set of WWE Dark episodes, over 30-plus episodes of WWE Dark, as well as Sunday night kickoff matches for our last Universe mode, is up on Patreon. We're going to start continuing here, so you're going to get 5 matches on the live stream, and then at the end of each Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, you're going to get a bonus Dark match, which, if you've seen from Season 1 of WWE Dark, sometimes have championship implications. And in fact, I tweeted out, if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, TV Sports 27 on Twitter, we're getting a triple threat matchup on Smackdown next week in real life Smackdown, involving Julia and Charlotte Flair, who will be in the ring together for the very first time, unless you're a viewer of TV Sports, because last year around G1 Supercard time, Julia and Charlotte Flair shared a ring, and then on WWE Dark, which I posted the link to our Patreon, Julia and Charlotte had an ambulance match. Now, it was a bit of a modified ambulance match because in 2K22 there was no ambulance match, but they had an ambulance match with our modified rules, Charlotte versus Julia, and that match took place in 2023, 2 years before it takes place on SmackDown in real life. So if you want to see Charlotte and Julia go toe-to-toe, patreon.com/tvsports27, as well as on this streaming episode, ECW One Night Stand will be taking place over on Patreon, so be sure to check that out. Ethan Page, LA Knight, going at it right now outside of the ring as NXT is gearing up for their first premium live event of the WWE 2K25 era. The returning NXT. Wow, I didn't know Ethan Page had those hops go over the top rope like that. The original NXT shut down by Kevin Owens and made the KO show out of it, but then the rebirth of NXT here in this new Universe mode. We're seeing LA Knight, Ethan Page. Now, this is also the first episode of Universe mode I am doing since the latest patch drop. So I don't know what stuff is different or anything, but we'll be on the lookout. Let me know in the comments if there's any kind of patch stuff that you notice the difference of. see if it stays in different. Oh, look at arm right out there. All ego. Ethan Page sent LA Knight into the buckle. Another bit as well, the support on Patreon. We changed some of our levels up. So we still got the $5 tier, which gets you all the bonus stuff. And we get a couple of other levels. We're going to be doing some bonus streams over on Twitch every so often. Those will go up at the next level on Patreon, as well as you can get the on-air shout-out. And then we have Discord access and the ability to request streams or matches at the higher levels. Go check that out. But the other reason I bring up Patreon is because the DLC just dropped. The first DLC, and two of the characters, Julia and Stephanie Verker, and you're going to see Stephanie Verker wrestle her rival Kalani Jordan here on this episode of NXT. They were dropped as DLC. Now, the community creations that I have of both of them, they're pretty good. But if you guys want to see the Stephanie and Julia DLC, sign up over at Patreon. Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. And if we get a couple Patreon signups, I can have a little bit of extra cash. I'll grab those DLCs if you guys want to see them here in universe mode. So help support the channel over on Patreon. It's all ego. Ethan Page almost had the 3 count. I thought that was going to be it on LA Knight, as we've got Knight backed into the corner here. Oh my goodness. I may end up turning the announcers back on because I listened to the game with the volume turned up, and I kind of like hearing what the announcers are saying. So I may end up doing that switch for Smackdown, so you guys can get a little bit of both feel as the official game. I go back and forth with what obviously, you got just one voice talking with the TV going, but I think they changed the submission system because they really made it. It was good when the game first started, and then they made it really difficult to break out of submission hold. Where once you get to a certain point in the game, you're kind of locked in. So let's see. I think we're from this. Down Ethan Page. Of course, the ropes with Gamma. Let's see. Okay, well, it's a little smaller. Let's see. Maybe just fix it up a little bit. Time will tell. Great opening matchup here on NXT. They're trading blows back and forth. This looks like it's slowed down a bit. So it was slow when the game first came out. Then they did a patch and the punches were a lot faster. Now it looks like it's back to kind of being a slower speed. So I think I read in the patch notes that they reduced the amount of times that people activate. When the game first came out, it was like once or twice a minute. Oh, LA Knight. He almost got the triple. He almost got the triple finisher right here. Knight, he might be looking for a little trauma. A little trauma to Ethan Page. From blunt force trauma. The cover. Oh my goodness, and the kick out from Ethan Page. Maybe Knight got one more in him. No, Ethan Page ducked under it. We got a stat card tonight, a stat card coming up at NXT Battleground. We'll go over some of the matches we got official so far. I just talked about Battleground because, man, who wouldn't want to see these two go at it one more time at Battleground? Ethan Page, double axe handle. I think that was countered by LA Knight, and he hits the big boot on to Ethan Page. Clothesline ducked by Ethan Page. Off on the buckle. Noam Dar, who's the NXT champion, still looking for an opponent at NXT Battleground. Off the top, could be one of these two after what's been a rather impressive showing. And Knight still finding a way to power out. And now Ethan Page, call him all desperate, pulling the turnbuckle pad off. Going to be tripped up right behind the referee's back. Blunt force trauma once again. I don't know, maybe the referee had his back turned and the referee's going to call for a rope break as Ethan Page continues to survive. LA Knight, yeah. Oh, Page counters. sent into the corner. So far, first match with the new pad. Playing well. Another big boot for LA Knight. Look at their meters. Either one of them looks like they might be done. Sent into the ropes, and he's going to go up and over the top. And Knight taking this one to the floor. Ooh, and he's going to blow out his knee right there. Going to the floor. Oh, pedigree, double underhook. No, a backbreaker. Actually, might have done some more damage if he had planted him on the arena floor there. Knight now able to roll out, and he's caught Ethan Page a number of times with the big boots. Oh my goodness. Well, he's already busted open Ethan Page, and you hear his head. I shouldn't laugh at it. You hear his head bounce right off the ring post there. Holy smokes. And Ethan Page climbing back into the ring. I have to turn. I'm trying to listen in. I might have to turn my either get the mic a little closer or turn myself up here. Let's see, turn it up a little bit. And Ego, all Ego's edge. Is that going to be enough? No, it's still not. LA Knight. My goodness. Let me turn it up a little bit more. Turn the mic up. Ethan Page from the top. Nails it. LA Knight counters. I think we're sounding a little bit better. Let me know in the comments, how's the mic volume sound? I think it was a little low from the beginning. We got double blood in this matchup here. What a fight this has been to kick off NXT. 3 shows coming your way. 2 of them on this stream, 1 of them on Patreon. NXT, Smackdown, and ECW One Night Stand. A twist of fate from Ethan Page, just crawling over. And LA Knight rolls the shoulder. Countered. Page gets his 3rd blunt force trauma. And it's finally come to an end. What a matchup between LA Knight and Ethan Page. Do you guys want to see these two go at it again at Battleground? I wouldn't mind it. That was fantastic. An instant classic, says the people. All right. To the next one. We got the NXT Women's Champion Starlight Kid one-on-one with Kiana James. So coming up at NXT Battleground, scheduled to be Lola Vice and Starlight Kid for the NXT Women's Championship, as well as Fraxium and the Gorillas of Destiny for the NXT Tag Team Championships, the North American Championship, Javon Evans and Tony D'Angelo, as well as we know Bruno Sammartino going one-on-one with a man from his past contracted by JBL. Who is that going to be? We want speculation. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the live chats. Who is this person from the past of Bruno Sammartino? I mean, Bruno, his wrestling era, what, from the 60s, the 70s, into the early 80s? Who is it going to be? Who has JBL gotten? It's going to take place on NXT. Kiana James coming out now. And an opportunity for Kiana James with a win over the NXT Women's Champion Starlight Kid to get herself into the matchup. Every match in Universe Mode is an opportunity. Lola Vice, and unfortunately one of the episodes that's going to be lost to time. We lost an episode of NXT, and we lost an episode of Smackdown because YouTube did not process the video, and hopefully that doesn't happen again as we're doing another doubleheader of NXT and Smackdown. But in that matchup there, it was Lola Vice that was able to win a #1 Contenders Fatal 4-Way match, which got her this match, not this match, but got her a match with Starlight Kid, and that will be taking place at Battleground, much like Fraxium also won a Top Contenders matchup. So we'll see. Recently in our universe mode, Mayu Iwatani was a part of the WWE roster. Well, she has returned to Japan, joined up with Marigold, and there's an opportunity on the main roster maybe for, one superstar from Japan heading out, another one in Starlight Kid that can maybe be making an appearance on the main roster. We will see. But got to get through Kiana James first in what's already been a loaded episode of NXT after that first matchup there. There's already talks in the back of maybe trying to get the rematch to happen at Battleground between Ethan Page and LA Knight after what we just saw. Starlight Kid back to her feet, hits Kiana James with the forearm blow. Starlight Kid winning the 8-woman tournament to become the first NXT Women's Champion here in this new era of NXT. Kiana James up top, and nice elbow drop. Referee early for the cover, but you might as well try it. You never know when that 1-2-3 is going to go down. James, though, pretty good success rate against the NXT Women's Champ so far in this match, and forearm shot for the second time. SLK going to the top turnbuckle, hits the splash off the top and the cover onto Kiana James, and James nearly caught for the 1-2-3. Starlight Kid, ooh, the signature standing moonsault of Starlight Kid. Kiana James had that one scouted, picking up Starlight Kid, dropping her on the back of the mask. And James maybe looking to pull off a huge win here over the NXT Women's Champion and possibly gain herself into the NXT Championship opportunity. We mentioned that the person running NXT in this world is Bret Hart. Bret Hart is the commissioner, the president, the GM, the head matchmaker of NXT, and a kick out by Kiana James. The new NXT that's put in charge, of course, it was kind of the NWO that helped bring this back. Starlight Kid is a submission locked in, where Kevin Owens initially killed off NXT. As if you're wondering, well, where's Shawn Michaels? Shawn Michaels is a part. Well, there you go. They did not make submissions any more difficult. But a win for Starlight Kid, the NXT Women's Champ, over Kiana James. And here comes the #1 contender, Lola Vice, face to face with her challenger. It's going to be Lola Vice and Starlight Kid going one-on-one at NXT Battleground that's taking place on the Universe calendar in 1 week's time. That should be a good one. But yeah, so Shawn Michaels, obviously in real life, running NXT. Well, in our world, you know what? We'll go Trick Williams in this one. In our world, in our NXT or our Universe mode, Shawn Michaels, a active competitor. He made his return to pro wrestling, and he is part of the NWO. So we needed someone else to run NXT, and the NWO chose Bret the Hitman Hart. Of course, CM Punk. His pink attire he often wears. A big supporter, a big fan of Bret the Hitman Hart, and decided to put Bret Hart in control of NXT. So Bret Hart running the show here. Of course, Kevin Owens, the boss of Raw and SmackDown, and Paul Heyman oversees things on our ECW episodes, and of course we have our NWO sold out events. A lot of interesting universe mode. NWO, ECW, NXT, and the NXT champion Noam Dar winning the Battle Royal, the glitched out Battle Royal in universe mode. He had quite the matchup with Bruno Sammartino. You want to see a fantastic matchup in the history of NXT? Go check out Noam Dar, Bruno Sammartino in the archives. What a matchup those two had. And Noam Dar has had quite the run here. Metaphor, of course, not coming out with the other meta. Sometimes the game has the managers come out with them, sometimes they don't. And I don't know why. I don't know why the game sometimes will choose that or not choose that. But much like we mentioned with the other matches, opportunity for Trick Williams, because right now Noam Dar does not have a contender for the NXT Championship. So if Trick Williams gets the win here, could have that opportunity to challenge Noam Dar for the NXT Championship at NXT Battleground. So far, Noam Dar has not had a blemish on his record in NXT. Countered by Trick Williams, and now we're going to start trading blows here. Williams firing back, as is Dar. Countered by Trick. Noam responds with a slap, a disrespectful slap. Who's going to be the first one to break? Pretty evenly matched so far between the two. My goodness. Who's going to break? Neither one of them. Toe to toe. And it's going to be Trick Williams, when it's all said and done, that's going to win the battle. Only a 1 count onto the NXT champion. We still have coming up Bruno Sammartino in action, Bubba Ray Dudley in action. Gorillas of Destiny, Fraxium still to come on NXT. Good cover by Noam Dar, and powering out is Trick Williams. Now Supernova, Noam Dar looking for the ground game here. And now working over the arm. Maybe wants to try one of those superhuman 2K submission holds here. But he's really going after that arm. Wow. Lifting up Trick Williams. Hits the ropes. Oh my goodness, lariat. And Noam Dar, and now in control of Williams. He's got Williams staggered. Dar headed up top, and he hits the drop kick off the top. Now Noam, look at the bruise on his face. I think that's new with the patch, seeing that bruising. Oh my goodness, a Randy Orton punt to the head of Trick Williams. Sent into the buckle. Spiked. Swinging DDT, and Williams to the floor to catch a breather. Stomping. Jumping and stomping on the elbow. What can Trick do to get back into this one? Oh, I don't know if he slipped or if Williams ducked under it. But Trick Williams in control. Now what's he got set up here? Picking up Dar. Oh my goodness! A rock bottom on the floor to the NXT champion. Reversal by Noam Dar. Just when you thought the Trick was going to be back in main control of this one. Counter, though, by Williams. Noam Dar avoids it. What a run it's been for the NXT champion, Noam Dar. Can he keep his undefeated streak alive forearm shot to the corner of Trick Williams. And he had the lariat. We saw the rock bottom. How about some Stone Cold Steve Austin stomps in the corner? Submission. Locked in. Like a modified half crab. Oh, these submissions are so hard to get out of. Oh my goodness, they are very hard to get out of. And Noam Dar stays unbeaten on NXT. So the question is, who is going to challenge Noam Dar for an NXT Championship match at Battleground? It feels like he has eliminated all his top contenders. So we're going to let the computer do this one. We're going to commentate it with you. Stephanie Vaquer again. The DLC just came out. If you want to see us grab the DLC, support the channel at patreon.com/tvsports27 or ko-fi.com/tvsports27. Link down below, ko-fi.com/tvsports27. And you can say that you're sending a cup of coffee over for some DLC, and we will shout you out on air as an on-air thank you. So Stephanie Vaquer right now, Community Creation Stephanie Vaquer. These two, they've been going at it nonstop with each other. This has been a long-standing rivalry. In fact, they had a matchup at the last ECW One Night Stand, and we thought that was going to be the end of it, but it is continuing here between Kalani Jordan and Stephanie Vaquer. And so I did computer versus computer, and Vaquer is walking off from Kalani Jordan. So the match we thought we were getting here tonight does not look like it's going to happen this week. Maybe at NXT Battleground we would get the conclusion to this one. But for right now, Stephanie Vaquer has no time. She's addressing the crowd. Kalani Jordan confronted her in the ring. So this is where it might be helpful if I turn the announcers on, because you can kind of hear them comment it. Stephanie turned down. So maybe a bit of an evil side run, a heel run, if you will, for Stephanie Vaquer. So we got Tonga Loa and Axiom up next. Fraxium, the #1 contenders to the NXT Tag Team Championship. I heard they got a new entrance in the patch. I don't know. I guess it won't be Fraxium, so we can't see. I don't know if I need to actually set that or if it sets itself automatically. And here's another one where, again, they should be coming out with their partners as managers. Let me read you some of the matches while these guys are coming out. We're talking about Patreon here. WWE Dark is going to be making its return. Here's some of the previous matches. Not only do you get past episodes of ECW, you get ECW One Night Stand, you get all the pay-per-view kickoff matches. Here's some of the WWE Dark episodes that you would have seen. We had the post-show brawl between Drew McIntyre and the Big Boss Man. How about a 6-man tag team Hell in a Cell match between Retribution, Edge, and the Usos? We had another 6-man tag match with Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, John Cena, Goldberg on one side of the ring. Undertaker and Damian Priest going one-on-one. That's kind of a dream match, right? Undertaker and the other Undertaker, right? We had the return of Roman Reigns. How about the Intercontinental Championship being defended at Korakuen Hall? Seth Rollins defending his Intercontinental title against El Desperado. Will Ospreay and Prince Puma in a New Japan ring happened on WWE Dark. The ambulance match that we mentioned between Julia and Charlotte Flair. That's part of the WWE Dark library. Mustafa Ali and Roman Reigns against Edge and Omos in an Extreme Rules match. The NWO Invasion, where we saw Buff Bagwell's return to wrestling. That took place on WWE Dark. We had a Clash of the Champions Battle Royal. Kevin Owens cashed in his Money in the Bank on Mustafa Ali to win the Undisputed Championship, and that would lead into Kevin Owens being owner of WWE. How about the NWO, Shawn Michaels and Buff Bagwell against Diesel and Dolph Ziggler? The Empire, the Heyman Empire, and the Way, the Usos. We had a 4-way women's ladder match. The match is about to start, so I can't go over everything here. We had CM Punk's return to WWE. That took place on WWE Dark. Kane and The Undertaker in a no-holds-barred match. A ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. We had gut check matches, 3 gut check matches. Bianca Belair and Asuka had their epic feud. A 2 out of 3 fall steel cage match. The runtime is 20 minutes on that 2 out of 3 falls steel cage match. You had a Survivor Series preview and Kevin Nash versus Shawn Michaels. 28 matches of WWE Dark. It is making its return in July in the Universe Mode calendar of July after this month. But you want to sign up. At the $5 level, you get all those matches, plus you get the upcoming matches, and they are unlisted YouTube links. So you sign up, you get the unlisted link, and even if you cancel, whatever, as long as you sign up at least once, you'll get the links, and you can have those forever that you can add to your personal YouTube library. Now, you won't get any of the new matches, of course, if you cancel, but if there's a certain match you want to see, sign up, get your link, add it to your account. It's an unlisted link, and add it to your personal playlist, and you will have it. But again, in this broadcast, ECW One Night Stand, and you're going to be getting the WWE Heat, Saturday Night Heat, and Sunday Night Heat kickoff matches for Money in the Bank and Battleground. There's going to be some Battleground Heat matches as well, which are exclusive to Patreon. And then the return of WWE Dark, which means you're going to get 5 matches from Raw, 5 from NXT, 5 from Smackdown, with 1 bonus. And it's not like as we mentioned, a traditional Dark match in WWE where not a lot usually happens. Kind of a fun match for the house. No, this is, as you saw, title changes. You get Cork and Hall, title defenses, Money in the Bank cash-ins, CM Punk's return, Roman Reigns' return, NWO Invasion, Hell in a Cell matches, ladder matches. I mean, these are high-profile matches on WWE Dark. So make sure you sign up, check it out, because it is coming back, as well as the recruitment for college football will continue to be on Patreon. We're going to have an RXFL and a Madden post-game show as well for the stat nerds, which will be added on to our Patreon. So check that out. All right, Axiom and Tonga Loa. We know Fraxium and Gorillas of Destiny have a date with Destiny. NXT Battleground for the NXT Tag Team Championships. In real life, Fraxium tearing it up right now. They got a tag team opportunity with the Street Profits on SmackDown coming up in real life. But here, in our world, they're still trying to climb those NXT ranks. And we will see what happens at Battleground as look at Axiom springboard off the top rope, but he misses onto Tonga Loa. And Loa has Axiom and spikes him into the canvas. Cover here, but a kick out from Axiom. Champs 2-0 so far on this telecast. You had Starlight Kid, the women's champion, with her victory, and Noam Dar with the victory. Third champ in action here. Nice elbow to the back of the head. Forearm shot misses. Roll through by Axiom. Headbutt. The famous Tongan thick headbutt. No joke. Leg drop hits it. Our second bloodshed. The cover. And the referee's tied up in the corner here. I think that would have been a 3 count. Oh my goodness. Tonga Loa Yeah, and that is going to give them the advantage. Unreal. Tonga Loa. I don't know how much they patched this, because now we're getting more, which is fine, but we're getting more. Every patch seems to do something a little different in this game. I don't know. But right now it's Axiom and it's Tonga Loa trading blows. Oh, Tonga Loa, he's getting some of that New Japan in him. You know, saying, hit me, give me a free shot. And Axiom. And Tonga Loa. This has been an intense NXT. Remember, only a shortened episode of Smackdown, because Smackdown and ECW One Night Stand share the same day. So when those episodes happen, it's a shorter episode of Smackdown, and then we go to ECW. A blow and a kick out from Axiom. V-trigger, a second one. And a 3 count for Tonga Loa. Definitely the face bruises. That's something that's way different with the patch. And the Guerrillas of Destiny, of course, they want to get some extra shots in before the Tag Team Championship match. Make sure their opponent is weakened, knocked out. Fraxium, Guerrillas of Destiny coming up at NXT Battleground. Make an example out of his rival. All right, guys, you ready for the main event? Main event coming up next here on NXT. It's going to be Bubba Ray Dudley and Bruno Sammartino. We know that Bruno Sammartino is going to be going up against JBL's hired man of the past, Bruno Sammartino's past. Who is it going to be? Who from Bruno's past did JBL find? I mean, as I said, you can go down the list. I mean, Ivan Koloff, a man that beat Bruno Sammartino, ended the greatest championship reign of all time, just shy of 8 years. Could it be Ivan Koloff? I mean, are we going back to that era? Is it going to be someone, you know, he had a brief run in the early 80s, someone from that early WWF period, or somebody that he may have just interacted with? You know, he had an appearance in Ring of Honor, did Bruno Sammartino. Could it be someone? It could be anybody. You don't know who Bruno Sammartino may be facing. It's as wild as JBL's imagination can get. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel, probably wondering, well, this is NXT. You got a couple of multiple-time world champions, one of the greatest world heavyweight champions of all time, and Bruno Sammartino, and arguably, I mean, one of the greatest TNA champions of all time in Bubba Ray Dudley. Why are these guys on NXT? Well, NXT's not just in our world. It's not just for the young guys looking to get on the main roster. Guys like Bruno Sammartino, as you guys have seen with LFG, Bubba Ray Dudley, they like to train. They like to train the young talent at NXT. And part of training the young talent of NXT, they are part of the active competition. It's a avenue not just for the young wrestlers to get an opportunity to go to the next level, but an opportunity for the legends to maybe get one more shot at glory, much like a TNA was in the past. Instead of being on the road, they can come to the Performance Center, a weekly show, the travel, the wear and tear, but maybe use that as a springboard to have one more shot on the main roster. And we've seen the legends come in and out on the main roster over the years on our Universe mode. Of course, the newest one, Diamond Dallas Page, who had quite the appearance and maybe is looking for a championship opportunity in the future on Universe mode. But for right now, it's NXT main event, Bubba Ray Dudley and Bruno Sammartino. And who knows, you know, JBL, Bubba Ray, they were from that Attitude Era. This could also maybe be a contracted opportunity here for Bubba Ray. Compliments of JBL. JBL's pockets run deep In our world, in a previous incarnation of NXT, JBL is a former NXT champion. In fact, he was the inaugural NXT champion of a previous NXT Universe mode. Bubba Ray Dudley in control in the early going here on Bruno Sammartino. Crushing the spine of Bruno. Bruno and Noam Dar, as we talked about, had an incredible matchup. Bubba Ray Dudley involved in, I believe he was in the ladder match for the North American Championship. He was in the Battle Royal, the glitched out Battle Royal for the NXT Championship, as was Bruno Sammartino. And Bruno puts on the brakes and hits Bubba Ray. And you don't realize, I mean, Bruno's a big guy, and I don't know if it's just the game. Look at the size of Bubba Ray Dudley. He is massive compared to Sammartino. I don't know if I would have said that, because Bruno's a pretty big guy as well. Bubba, what is this? Bubba, I don't know. He was going for like a Selena del Sol or something, but it was caught by Sammartino, and Sammartino put Bubba Ray down, and now wants to lock in. Classic submission here. Now Bruno's from this wear and tear era. You grab a body part, you kind of wear it down. Can you hear the controller? It's part of the what do they call it? The game can manipulate the shoulder buttons. Power bomb, Bubba Ray. Has Bruno, actually he might, I mean, not to say it doesn't feel good, but he might have gotten off a little better than expected as they roll to the outside of the ring. And this is Bubba Ray's domain. So we talk about ECW One Night Stand, patreon.com/TBSports27. It is not just for the main roster, it is also for NXT. As we talked about previously, Stephanie Vaquer and Kalani Jordan had a match at One Night Stand. It is an open fight night card. We don't know who is going to show up, but anybody can show up, just like the TNA open fight nights in the past. Anybody could show up and call out any opponent for a matchup. The only matchup that we know for sure that has been booked and promoted by Paul Heyman is that Roman Reigns will defend his ECW championship against an ECW legend. That is one that is official. We didn't have so much of the ECW nostalgia on the first One Night Stand. Maybe it sounds like we're going to dip into that a little bit here. We talk about that with Bubba Ray being out front and center, that maybe we see Bubba Ray show up at One Night Stand. Of course, famously, the original ECW One Night Stand, the main event, was the Dudley Boys against Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman. As referees count getting up there now, up to 7. And Bubba Ray going to send Sammartino back into the ring. And he's got Bruno grounded. Oof. A couple of guys that made New York famous. Of course, Bruno in the Northeast, the 70s and 80s, WWE champion for many, many, many years, Madison Square Garden, and Bubba Ray Dudley also calling the Northeast his wrestling career home, of course, from Dudleyville, USA, but made his career in ECW, which is in that Northeast area, primarily Philadelphia, but of course, a lot of time in New York for ECW, and then after moving out of Dudleyville, USA, a bit of a residency in Hell's Kitchen, New York. So a couple of guys that have called New York home for a time, going at it here in Orlando, Florida. Bubba Ray calling Bruno a couple of times. He's wanted to put Bruno down for the count. Drops down, flapjack onto Sammartino. Bruno, very smart, rolling to the floor and sent out to the arena floor. Bubba Ray, oh my goodness. or you're going to crush the ribs of San Martino with a move like that. And Bruno, though, what do they say, playing a little possum? He's got to have one of the strongest cores in the game. Right? I mean, maybe it's calloused, because think of the matches that Bruno has had over the years with guys like Killer Kowalski, the Iron Claw. How many times has that stomach just been grabbed and pulled? And it's probably calloused to where that move that Bubba Ray did, he probably didn't even feel that. That's how calloused, almost like a cauliflower ear. How about cauliflower stomach? From the years of guys that he's challenged at the Iron Claw. Bubba Ray is tapping out, but it is on the floor. So Bruno maybe feeling like if he can get the mayor of Dudleyville, I don't know, in the ring. See, the mayor, is he the Duchess? No, that was Stacy Keibler. He might have a 1-2-3. Bruno calling for Bubba to his feet. What is it? Oh my God! What is happening here? A very unique submission. Does not seem comfortable. Submissions are definitely, look at this, are definitely crazy broken still with the patch. I don't know what other way to do. We can try the other one, the tapping, but once you get to a certain point as well, you can't untap. Whoa, hold on. We'll talk about submissions later. There is JBL confronting San Martino. JBL and Bruno, and JBL has somebody from Bruno's past at NXT Battleground showing up. Who is going to confront Bruno San Martino at Battleground? All right, guys. On the same stream, we're going to bring you, and you're going to see a little behind the scenes because we got to book the card for Smackdown. So let's see what we got. But it's going to be a short Smackdown, about 2 or 3 matches, because the other half is going to be NXT, or I should say ECW One Night Stand. So let's see what we got here. We're at Rhea Ripley and Asuka. The game loves booking Rhea Ripley. Santos and Mustafa Ali, Bray Wyatt and Austin Theory. I'm cool with all those for Rhea Ripley and Asuka. No, Asuka's part of the Money in the Bank coming up, but maybe Santos and Ali. Yeah, I'm kind of liking it's a promo, so we'll see if anything comes out of that. Maybe it won't be a match. We'll see. Maybe if they don't do a match, we can add one of these other matches. Sammy, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Jacob Fatu. Kind of like that match as well. That's kind of an interesting match. We haven't had CM Punk since he lost the title. Maybe we do something with that. Rock and Roman versus Jamal and Rosie. We'll delete that. And Edge and Gunther, which they're looking like we can save that for Raw. Let's see what we got with this card. I know we said a shortened show. Let's do this 4-match card and see what that looks like. And then we will get ready for One Night Stand. So while we are getting into this, of course, Money in the Bank coming your way very shortly here in Universe Mode. I'll let the computer do this one. I want to see how this plays out. We have Money in the Bank coming up. Of course, some of the early matches that we got. Looking at the card, we have the Women's NXT. I keep saying NXT because we just did NXT. The Women's Money in the Bank ladder match so far: Liv Morgan, Asuka, Bayley, Charlotte, Lyra, Valkyria, and Michin. On the men's side, Seth Rollins, Jacob Fatu, DDP, Goldberg, and Santos Escobar. The card right now for Money in the Bank, we have the WWE Championship match, Gunther going up against Edge. You can see what led up to that match on the previous episodes of Universe Mode. Braun Breaker defending the Intercontinental Championship against Tommaso Ciampa. The United States Championship, Austin Theory defending against Uncle Howdy, which we're going to get Austin Theory and Bray Wyatt here tonight. The Women's Championship set to be on the line, Rhea Ripley, but is she going to defend it right now? Asuka scheduled to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We've heard Shayna Baszler, who just got done with her feud with Charlotte Flair, maybe looking for an opportunity. The tag team championships will be on the line. Dolph Ziggler and Shawn Michaels, the NWO, to defend against Bullet Club and the Usos. And we have breaking news we can announce. It is going to be CM Punk one-on-one with Jack Perry at Money in the Bank. Yes, Kevin Owens has booked it. CM Punk versus Jack Perry. Oh, my goodness. It's finally going down one-on-one. Punk losing the WWE Championship to Gunther at Backlash. It was at NWO Sold Out, rather. Punk won it at Backlash, and he lost it at NWO Sold Out. Punk not getting an opportunity at a rematch for the title just yet, but it is going down Jack Perry, CM Punk at Money in the Bank. And here we go. Asuka and Rhea Ripley. Oh, I was going to turn the the commentators back on for this. Still, again, in the comments, do you want to hear the commentary? Do you not want to hear the commentary? I think it kind of adds something. It allows me to be able to lay out a little bit. You guys kind of listen in to the announcers. Or do you like just having me? As you've seen, I've done a couple of episodes without any commentary on it. So I'm still open to the feedback of which one you guys like or prefer. But for now, this, like we said, a bit of a shortened edition of Smackdown. 3, possibly 4 matches. As we have ECW One Night Stand coming your way, which will take place on this same Friday night. Shares a night. Open fight night. So the one thing we always say is if they have a match on SmackDown, they're most likely not going to be on ECW. But we saw what happened on the last One Night Stand where Braun Breaker had a match on SmackDown. And then he showed up to ECW One Night Stand. And that eventually led him into the Intercontinental Championship opportunity where he is riding high with the title. So Rhea Ripley, WWE Women's Champion. Asuka, she had a near year-long feud with Bianca Belair. Of course, Bianca Belair just winning the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship with Lyra Valkyria, Muscle, and Myth. The new tag team champions winning from this Riot Squad team, who Rhea Ripley won those tag team titles in the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. Perhaps one of the greatest runs in WWE, winning the Rumble to win the women's tag titles and then cashing in her WrestleMania opportunity to win the NXT Women's Championship. But much like we've seen where we could see possibly Asuka, if she can get the win over Rhea Ripley, would it be beneficial to Asuka to bypass Money in the Bank, where you have a 1 in 8 opportunity to win a briefcase? Now, when you get the briefcase, the opportunity in front of you is amazing because you cash in at any time. You get a title shot when it's most advantageous for you to go for it. So it's a huge opportunity, but just to get that briefcase, it's a 1 in 8 opportunity, and then you got to find the right time to cash in. We've seen over the years, just because you got the briefcase doesn't mean you're winning the title. Would it be beneficial for Asuka to get that one-on-one opportunity at Money in the Bank rather than have to go through the Money in the Bank ladder match? So, Rhea Ripley, Asuka outside of the ring. Referee's count, was he up to 8, 9? I think we might be getting a count out here. And it is going to be a count out in. So there is the count out. And Rhea Ripley is going to be your winner. So not an opportunity for Asuka to bypass Money in the Bank. It's a win for Rhea Ripley. And she continues to look at who her opponent may be coming up at Money in the Bank. We've heard Shayna Baszler's name bantied about as possibly challenging Rhea Ripley. And that would make sense. Shayna Baszler, the long-reigning WWE Women's Champion from last year's Universe mode, and had the title for about 6 months out of the year, 5-6 months before losing it to Becky Lynch, and then of course the cash in with Charlotte Flair and everything that went down with that. So a chance for the former champion to maybe get an opportunity. But here we go, Mustafa Ali and Santos Escobar. Escobar, in the match that was lost to time because it didn't get processed by YouTube, defeated Mustafa Ali by countout. Mustafa Ali, much like CM Punk, former WWE champion who is not going to be getting another opportunity as long as Kevin Owens is in charge of WWE. And he, kind of told Santos Escobar and company, I want you guys to take care of this Mustafa Ali. We're going to see if we get a match out of it or not. Right now, Santos Escobar scheduled to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and he was in the Gauntlet Eliminator match, scheduled to be, but he was taken out backstage by Mustafa Ali, which led to the replacement of Diamond Dallas Page. DDP pinned Kevin Owens, which made Kevin Owens even more furious at Mustafa Ali. So all that has gone down, which has led up to this promo confrontation between the two. And Escobar pretty much saying, like, you took me, you cost me my opportunity at getting the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank, my match with Gunther. Of course, that Gauntlet Eliminator won by Edge, and he will be getting his shot against Gunther at Money in the Bank. So the challenge has been laid out, and I did not get to make the choice because Escobar challenge is controlled by the computer, and I don't know what decision he made because it goes by so quick. I wish it would display on the screen, instead of going by so quick. I wish the response would be kind of displayed. It would be nice, but we are not getting the match right now. So next week, it seems like these two will face each other on the next show. So not happening tonight, but the challenge was accepted. Santos Escobar, Mustafa Ali are going to go at it toe-to-toe on SmackDown. Not an opportunity to go toe-to-toe on Money in the Bank because Escobar is in the Money in the Bank matchup. But here we go, and look at Bray Wyatt and the WWE United States Champion. Oh my goodness. Slap to the face. And here we go. Uncle Howdy to go up against Austin Theory for the United States Championship. And Austin Theory hits the big boot. And this is the most danger that Austin Theory has been in quite some time of dropping his United States Championship. Big shout out, hello in the chat. I see you guys chatting it up. Glad to have you guys here. Be sure to jump in the YouTube chat and chat along with everybody, as we got just 2 matches left before ECW One Night Stand takes place. I'm going to record it. It will be up on Patreon probably within an hour or two whenever it gets uploaded. So United States Champion, of course, Johnny Gargano. We have not seen Johnny Gargano since losing the casket match to Bray Wyatt. Part of DIY, Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. Former member DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, getting his Intercontinental Championship opportunity against Braun Breaker coming up at Money in the Bank. Bray Wyatt, of course, another moment that was lost to time, the parking lot brawl between The Fiend, Uncle Howdy, and DIY. Quite a brawl that he concluded on top of a truck in the back. But unfortunately, like I said, the video did not get processed, which is kind of why we've gone back to streaming, because the processing and the uploading to YouTube had just been a disaster lately. 2 halves of RXFL games got lost, and then when I lost an entire episode of NXT and Smackdown, I'm like, you know what, forget it. We'll just go back to streaming. There might be periods of time where there's not content on the channel, but that's going to be the easiest thing. Main event still to come on SmackDown, the Fatal 4-Way matchup, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Sami Zayn. It's going to be a hotly contested battle. An opportunity as well. I would have to imagine not an opportunity for CM Punk, but an opportunity for a Drew McIntyre or a Sami Zayn to possibly get a victory and move on to the Money in the Bank ladder match. And we are just counting down the minutes to ECW One Night Stand. We know Roman Reigns to defend the ECW title against an ECW legend. Every match on One Night Stand takes place under Extreme Rules. No disqualification, no countouts. There absolutely must be a winner. And every match on the card is an open fight night. Of course, at the first One Night Stand, you guys saw Bullet Club and the Usos go at it. You saw Kalani Jordan and Stephanie Vaquer. It's not just for WWE, it is also for NXT superstars as well. And you saw Roman Reigns in the Falls Count Anywhere match, which every ECW title match is under Falls Count Anywhere rules. He defeated Shinsuke Nakamura up on the stage. I am going to, I think, have to change the submissions, which I think I'm going to do after this, because submissions just suck now. And, like, every patch, they were so good. Go look at my early episodes. The submissions were so good, and now it's, like, so easy to win the submission. It's stupid. So I don't know if the button mashing will be any better or not, because, like I said, I kind of hated that, because once you got to a certain point in the match, if you were beat up enough, no matter what happened, there was no chance for you to break out of it. Like, once you were locked in, the game decided you were going to lose, which is what I liked about the wheel, is that you still had an opportunity to try to break out of that. But I don't know. We might just be stuck till we fit. Oh my goodness, Theory landing flat on his face. A legendary U.S. title run. Victories over Brock Lesnar, victories over Batista in this U.S. title run, wins over Usos. In the chat, we got Eli saying he prefers the button mashing, so I'll switch that. When we go to do ECW One Night Stand, I'll turn the commentary back on so you guys can listen to that as well as listen to me, and I'll switch to the button mashing and see if that is any better or not. So I'm not too good at button mashing. In the old game, I just did the where I'd hold the button down, but I will try the button mash method and see if that works any better. Bray Wyatt to the top, and the huge splash. Theory rolling to the ring apron here, and Wyatt sending Austin Theory out to the floor. Where's his Fireflies? Bray waiting for Theory. Is he wasting too much time? Oh, look at this. They're both. Oh, jawbreaker. And counter. He may have wasted a little too much time, folks. He may have wasted too much time. Theory going to pull the buckle. This has not been a successful move in our universe stream so far. Blood is also a lot more common with this new patch as well. I've never seen, I don't know, maybe, I don't play every game in the world, but I've never seen a game where usually a patch is an exciting thing, when things get fixed. With every patch in 2K that comes out, people hold their breath. Is the game going to be better, or is it going to be more broken? And we usually get some fixes, and then we get other things like the submissions or the blood or the back and forth punches. I haven't played the other modes yet. Right into the metal bar, that metal corner, and Bray Wyatt, I thought, was going to get the 3 count on the United States champion, but this is, as we talked about, a man that's got wins over Batista, Brock Lesnar, Omos, a U.S. championship reign pretty much through all of the last universe mode. This man was the champion, the U.S. champion, other than a couple of times here or there. But he will be defending his championship coming up He turned back the challenge of Diamond Dallas Page. I mean, come on. He will be going up against Uncle Howdy. And A-Town down. Austin Theory onto Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt powers out. Bray Wyatt, former WWE Champion in Universe Mode, recently made his return when the Wyatt Six took on the Judgment Day at WrestleMania. And this might be it, because submissions are tough to break out of. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see, maybe. So maybe not as tough to break out of, but it wasn't that difficult. But the computer, when you lock a submission on, they sure don't try to fight it. They just sit there and let you hit it. Bray signaling for Theory to his feet. Theory counters, though. Reversal by Bray. And Austin Theory just got his spine wrecked on the corner of the ring apron. Wyatt into the cover on the United States Champion. And Theory powers out. Laying out Austin Theory. Flying crossbody, and this could be all they wrote for Mr. Austin Theory. Mandible claw locked in. And the U.S. champ goes down. Bray Wyatt, your winner.
Here is your winner, Bray Wyatt.
Austin Theory. We've gone through the list. The challenges he's turned back. Perhaps his toughest challenge, Money in the Bank. Theory defends the United States Championship against Uncle Howdy. Join the chat. We got a couple folks chatting it up with us down below. So make sure you're a part of the community here at TB Sports. Make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. As we'll continue to plug patreon.com/TBSports27.